Why do I feel guilty all the time? No matter what I do, I end up feeling guilty for whatever happens. Man, I'm even sometimes guilty for being alive. Look at myself in the mirror, I see shame to an extent that I choose not to look at the mirror anymore. I'm like, perhaps life is what is. I should feel guilty and shameful all the time. But sometimes deep down, I'm like, but why? Why do I feel shameful all the time? Is this shame real? Is this guilt real? Is this mine? Then you start looking deeper. You see that you've done nothing to be shameful or guilty for. At the end, it's all outside noise. At the end, it's the shame, it's the guilt that the society put upon you for not doing your part, for not being someone that contribute to the society, that plays its role of being someone that do virtue. You just want to be left alone. But then, in the process of being left alone, you put yourself in so much self destructive behaviors, addictions, shame, guilt that starts creeping on to your life. Every step you take, you feel shameful for it. You feel shameful for being part of anything. You see yourself as someone underachieved. I blame myself for so many reasons, for so many years. I blame myself for all the guilty pleasures that I put myself in. I kept blaming, blaming, blaming. But it only added to my bag of shame and guilt over time. It became heavier and heavier and heavier to an extent that sometimes you feel guilty of just being a human being. That's just how society rules you. You're not worthy at all. You're just a human being. Nothing. And then you think to yourself, oh, aren't we supposed to be human beings? Aren't we supposed to be what there is and nothing more? But then no, society always wants you to be more. Always wants you to do more, to be better, to achieve something, to do good. Why? Why do I need to do good? What has the good in the world added to my life that I can add by doing good to other people's life? If I cannot save myself, how can I save others? But then, no, you are held accountable for any human misery. You are held accountable for any human suffering. At the end, it's your fault. At the end, it's your shame. At the end, it's your guilt. You gotta carry it. No one else will take responsibility. And then everyone becomes this a snowball of guilt and shame that rolls down on a very steep mountain for the entire life. Becomes bigger and bigger and bigger. Well, it's not my shame. It's not my guilt. I don't feel any shame. I don't feel any guilt. I've felt for so many years, carried lots of guilt and shame for nothing really. It never really did anything good. And 2 plus 2 is, if something is not doing any good to you, well, drop it. Humanity is a very delicate thing. Don't add shame and guilt to it because it's not human anymore. Being a human is simple, it's easy, it's exactly the way you are. You know it. You simply know how to be a human. But you lost your way to your culture, you lost your way to your tradition, you lost your way to your religion, you lost your way to your country, to whatever that you carry in you as some sort of base. You lost yourself into that. Therefore, you cannot have any base. But having a base is easy. Having the possibility of being human being is easy. Everything is very instinctive. Everything is very intuitive. Everything is very easy. You need a project, you know. You need to get rid of this shame and guilt once and for all, you know. This must be a project for you to just really do it. Because with this shame and guilt, we're not gonna get anywhere. Human beings will stay completely enslaved, and perhaps in the future there will be no human experience. I'm trying to make you understand that don't let the burden of the world be on your shoulder. Free yourself. Feel good about yourself every day. Feel good about your life every day, no matter how it is going. Because it doesn't matter, really. It's equally the same. I promise you. If you feel bad about your life, realize that feeling good about your life is equally the same. If you understand this, you understand all. The moment you catch yourself in one side of a spectrum, use the other side to counter it. It's very easy. You feel bad about your life, then feel good about your life. And things will start happening. The guilt will go away, the shame will go away, the grief for your human experience will go away. Then you just relax. You just live your life without worrying too much. Last night I was sitting by the fire next to the community, next to the family, I would say. The name doesn't matter. The people that sit next to you by the fire, around you, they are just there for you. Everyone might think they are there for the fire, but no. You cannot sit around fire with people that you don't feel you can sit around the fire with. There's always this possibility for us to sit around fire and not worry about anything. Just look at this hot coal, look at this bright light in the darkness of the night. Look at each other's smile, each other's face, each other's laughter, each other's tears, and perhaps crying out loud. Then there is no guilt, there is no shame. You go through life during the day and you release it in the evening at the fire, and that's it. You don't need to cling on to anything, any past, any future. Life is just abundant, keeps on giving, life is good. Yeah, it might be basic, but at least you don't feel any shame or any guilt for being alive as a human being. We gotta build this community, at least online, to be able to sit around fire online. I will sort that one out, you know. I think around January I will make this community in a platform called the school, and then maybe we get over there, the bunch of us that wants to be a little bit closer and do things a little bit more communal rather than YouTube. You take care of yourself, and yeah, see you soon.